Hello, everybody. Okay. Well, the Day of Atonement, to be honest, probably the only high day that we kind of, I don't know, I hate to say don't look for, but we do kind of worry about it creeping up on us and getting it done because of what Freddie's already mentioned, the fact that we're told to afflict our souls. And that's what I'm going to talk about, and this probably won't take very long at all. But we're told to afflict our souls, and then we're told to fast. And this question has come up a lot by many people that I've had in the church up in Virginia. People come in and they're new to the church. This will probably help people like Cord. It's fairly new. And but they come in and they go, well, where do you get, we fast. We don't eat or drink anything for 24 hours. I hate doing that. It hurts. And I'm like, well, yeah, it does get a little uncomfortable. And some years it's harder than others. But they ask this question and they want to know, where does it say that? And if you go to Leviticus, and we're not going to read the whole thing or anything like that, I'm just going to point out that in Leviticus 23, it starts in verse 27 and goes on down to, I believe, well, till it starts into the feast. But it says in those verses, afflict. The word is anal. There is a paragraph written here in the Strong's as to what that word means. Nowhere in any of the words used here does it say fast. Does it say don't eat anything? Nowhere in there, okay? So this gets confusing to people that start doing this and they start looking in the Strong's and they're trying to learn their Bible and they're trying to understand God and His holy days and stuff. And they get confused and a little curious. Why did we pick fasting to afflict our souls? Why couldn't we have picked something else maybe? Or why couldn't we do like the people that fast for Advent, where they just pick something like, I'm not going to eat chocolate for 40 days. Big deal. I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to drink soda for 40 days. Big deal. Try just the one day, no water, no food, or nothing, and you'll see it does get to you. But the thing here is we got to be able to prove and show that why we fast. And as usual, the Bible, see, my mind is sketchy right now. I'm just kind of like bouncing in and out of, but the Bible interprets itself. So, how do we do that? And where are we going to find all these? We're going to go to first in Ezra, which I lost that. Ezra chapter 8, and we're going to start in verse 21. And it says here, then I proclaimed a fast there at the river of Ahava, that we might afflict ourselves before our God to seek of Him a right way for us and for our little ones and for all of our substance. For I was ashamed to require of the king a band of soldiers and horsemen to help us against the enemy in the way, because we have spoken unto the king, saying, the hand of our God is upon all them for good that seek Him, but His power and His wrath is against all them that forsake Him. So we fasted and besought our God for this, and he was entreated of us. Verse 22 is a Bible study in itself. But that's just a side note. Here he uses fast in the very first sentence and the very last sentence. And then in the middle, after the first little mention of fast, he says we afflict ourselves. So this is one place where you see he's talking about fasting, and then he also uses the word afflict ourselves. So this would be a good place to take somebody to show them why we fast when Leviticus says to afflict our souls. Another good place for this is in Isaiah 58. You taking good notes, Cord? Isaiah 58, and it starts here in verse 3, and it says, "Wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge? Behold, in the day of your fast ye find pleasure, and exact all your labors. Behold, ye fast for strife and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness. Ye shall not fast as ye do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high." So, again, here he's talking about fasting, but he uses the word afflict. They're interchangeable, is what he's telling you, what he's talking about. And he goes on in there, down a little bit more. Because he's talking about the same subject. Nothing's changed here. In 5, he says, "It is such a fast that I have chosen a day for a man to afflict his soul. Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush and spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast and an acceptable day to the Lord?" And basically what he's talking to you about there is what Barry said when he first came in today. You're supposed to have your hair fixed, dress up nice, and stand with your head up and be happy and glad and cheerful. You're in the presence of God, and you're in the presence of God's people. There's lots to be happy about. You just haven't had a meal. That's all. No big deal. Guess what? You're going to get one today, okay? You're going to get one. And the way God sets this fast up, we ate yesterday. The fast started at sundown last night. And we just wait till sundown tonight to eat. We get to eat on yesterday, and we get to eat on today as far as man's days go. So what's the complaint? We get to eat. But really, that is what he's talking about here is this. Is this the fast that I've chosen? No, his fast is you afflict your souls. A fast should be this. Very hard to achieve. Very hard. I don't think I've ever achieved it. I know I haven't. A fast should be this: a denying of your mind and a denying of your body. Deny your mind, all thoughts of sin, all thoughts of bad things, all thoughts of anything other than God, and deny your body. Because if you're going to feed yourself, you're going to be thinking about your body, you're going to be thinking about your food, you're not going to be thinking about God. It's a very hard thing to do. Very hard thing. But that's what a true fast should be like. But we are humans and we do foul it up. But that's what a fast should be like. So, if you write these verses down, hang on to them, save them. If you're talking to somebody, or if you're new like Cord, you can go over these verses and see where the Bible talks about fasting in the same passages and uses the word afflict. And that is why we afflict ourselves by fasting. That is how you find it. Even though the word afflict in Leviticus has no mention of fasting in it. But that's what he intends for us, and that's what we were supposed to be doing. And it's as simple as that for me this day. Simple, quick message. If this guy's new, how come he's coming up here to speak? Come on, man.